There he is.
Yay.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you all doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
All right. So we were recording all this time or
Well, no,
Mm-mm.
you just logged in just now.
okay. All right. Well, this is the Kapps blog for July 28th, 2023. And I wanted to kind of change things up a little bit, have a little bit more of kind of talking about what we want to do and stuff like that. Ooh, Julio, that's a nice shirt. What does it say?
Thank you.
Chem?
It's the Chem Jam from a few years ago that I attended.
From when you were a student, huh?
Yeah.
That's good. But the Chem Jam did not work that well because you are not a degreed chemist.
Oh. Well, it's less I tend to less to get my degree, but more if I have to brush up on my chemistry.
What?
I need a refresher because it was like the first time back at Skyline in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
And they cover the basics, right?
Yeah, basically.
Hi guys.
So
But you see they shrunk,
yeah, they did shrink.
which is weird.
We
Hi
have
guys,
proteins.
sorry.
Hello.
Proteins in there, but you
Yeah,
don't
but
have
there's
any.
stuff. There's bands. Right?
Yeah, there's bands. So
And
do you stand 'em?
Cho is the second. So there's something.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
But I'm letting them destain just to get better. But you see how small they are?
Yeah.
Why'd they do that? Honey, I shrunk the gels.
So there must be something different about the stain.
Was I supposed to dilute it? No, right?
No.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not a weird stain.
I mean, it
Whatever.
worked.
Yeah, it worked.
And it's
So
there, but they were normal size.
it happens.
Well, there's bands, which
Yeah, so Arlene's in doing some research. Say hi, Arlene.
Hello.
Hi, Arlene.
Okay, we're doing a Kapps blog meeting.
have fun. I think
All
you
right.
might be stopping by. So, okay.
So you decided you're okay using chemistry, but not necessarily will be
Not really as a chem major.
yeah. Not everyone's a chem major. Hardly anyone is at our school. So all right. So I'm gonna share the screen. What screen am I sharing? Screen 2. Is the screen being shared?
Yeah,
Yes.
I see.
And you see something that says ideas for discussion?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay. Cool. All right. So Julio and I were on a meeting with members of the PDA the other day, and we were talking a little bit about what what the student association can do. I'm thinking about changing Kapps blogs a little bit. Hopefully I'm still recording this.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I am. Okay, so cool. And so we have some ideas for discussion about what we want to do on the Kapps blog. I don't necessarily think the Kapps blog should just be me kind of talking, although it can be. But I also want to have the Kapps blog be a little bit of, entertaining, but also being kind of a learning experience and a little bit like lessons. So I think some of the topics that we can do in the Kapps blog would be, what do you guys think about vaccines, up or down?
Yeah, up.
RNA stuff,
Oh, definitely up.
Yep. There's a lot of applications.
CAR T cells would be good.
Mm-hmm. How they work, what they are,
Uh-huh.
how they do, what they do.
About local biotech companies.
Mm-hmm.
and what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Always important.
Are always important things. The other thing I was thinking about doing is like when we have those monthly meetings, maybe talk about some of the people and talk about small talk discussions of what we could do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the idea is that maybe we go have a little bit of small talk about what, what we could say that people could kind of talk about and stuff like that, and what's always kind of a good thing. And I also
Mm-hmm.
think maybe on some of those LinkedIn, when we're doing those LinkedIn trainings, maybe we should do a small talk training on that. Look at it, because I don't think I'm all that good at small talk either.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
no,
hard.
I don't like it either.
But what besides sports and your kids and stuff like that would be good small talk.
The weather,
Hmm.
usually the weather too.
Whether if you're at a conference, maybe the food or the venue,
Mm-hmm.
or boy, wasn't that facilitator really right on spot today?
That could be a little tricky though.
That may be a little tricky. Yeah,
You
you
don't
don't want
you
to
don't
be.
know if the person talked to is a close friend of the facilitator.
Yeah, that would suck. Well, you're always saying good things. You're always saying positive things. You're never saying like, man, that facilitator seemed like they were, drunk or something.
Oh,
Oh, God, I hope. Yeah, I didn't say that.
right, right.
Okay. Oh,
Mm.
all right. Anything else? Maybe
Hmm.
jobs?
Jobs are always useful to talk about.
Jobs? Yeah. I mean,
How about we
I'm
look at the PDA website?
site.
Mm-hmm.
Probably was it talk about trends in like we call it industry
Oh.
summits or not necessarily trade shows, but something. It's a top of my tongue. I guess you call it like a convention of sorts, but
No idea.
Yeah, conventions and trade shows. I think those are all good things and kind of things to go to.
yeah.
Possibly meetups. Those are always fun, and those are some of the things that we would do. What would be a fun thing to
Not
do?
too small. Mm.
Yep. So what was that, Dr. Cap?
Oh, day in the life.
Ah,
Staying alive.
sort of like what do you call it? Spotlight?
Yeah. So, hey, Julio, what do you do? Let's
Ah,
go do a day in the life thing. Or, Priscilla, what do you do? What's your a day in the life for you? What do you want to do?
Mm. Summary of a regular day.
Yeah, that seems good.
Mm.
Any other pressing procedures or whatnot?
The one that you mentioned before, the patents, patents being out of the time
patents,
and
industry
turning
regulation.
Patents.
into generic branding or medications. I forgot how you worded last time.
Did we mention the FDA?
Okay. No, it didn't mention FDA.
No. Last time you did mention the FDA too. Or you asked the
Yes.
questions in regards to.
But the story of patents, you know, how does a company
How does the company gets the patent? And
Hmm.
what happens once the patent is done?
Yeah. And patent fights are always good. How about drug shortages and what
Oh,
the
yes.
Oh,
government does?
yes. Mm-hmm.
I always like the one of, you know, will California ever produce its own insulin?
What are the obstacles of trying to produce insulin?
Yes. So Mark Cuban was going to make a drug that's really expensive.
Really?
He was going to try and do like a cheap drug, facilitate a cheap drug kind of thing.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Maybe we can talk about the industry. So the peritoneal drugs, kind of what
Ah.
how they kind of go on history.
Oh, down memory lane.
Go down memory lane on stuff. I think that's always kind of good
Mm-hmm. To know the
for this
history.
PDA website, because you know it's kind of one of those things that a lot of people don't know very much about.
Mm-hmm.
So
That is true.
that is, yeah, oh, exciting. Okay.
So contagious.
Anything else? You guys are willing to kind of be in on the conversations with this and stuff if we do those, and I'll try and get something out a little bit earlier for you guys so that we can look at it and do it.
Okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is stop sharing.